It's Monday.
Yes, and time for another edition of Litter Media Live. I'm Dan Ramey.
I'm Aaron Glanton.
And welcome to the program. We are here today and this insect just flew in. It was not here earlier.
He wants to be on the show.
He's guesting right now. Welcome to the program. This is where we give you beneficial news that you can use. A lot of good stuff going on in our communities. We try and share that with each and every one of you on a weekday basis, Monday through Friday.
Yes.
And that's for the show. But our website is available 24/7.
24/7, as well as our social media sites.
Correct.
Facebook, X, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Litter Media Radio. We got them all.
And soon we'll show you where to find all that information.
Yes, we will.
But
We're
first,
getting ahead of ourselves.
We are. Let's take a look at our weather for today. Very nice day. We might have a little bit of clouds. That'll help with the heat. We're looking at a high of 87, but I think most of the smoke is out of here from what we were, can we say, enjoying? What we were experiencing over the weekend, I guess, is one way of saying it. Tonight it'll be clear. Low temperatures around 72. Tomorrow, maybe some shower activity. Highs in the low 80s to around maybe right at 80 degrees. As for Wednesday, back to sunshine and temperatures in the high 70s. So we're getting some relief in regards to that very oppressive heat that we were going through the last, 20 days or so.
I mean, let me tell you, I went out to mow my yard yesterday. Mm-hmm. And at first, there was a nice cloud covering the sun. Yeah. And I was like, this is going to be a nice, easy experience. About 10 minutes later, the sun came out, and then I had to stop every 5 minutes and wipe sweat off my glasses. I hate that. Isn't that the worst?
Yeah. You know, I have a zero-turn mower, so
my yard isn't big enough to warrant that.
I can kick it and go around, and really, it takes about 45 minutes to cut the 2 acres that I have. But I still do some trim, so I'll get out with a push mower, and sometimes I'll do the push mowing first, and that can take almost an hour.
See, I have a push mower. It's not, what's it?
Self-propelled?
It's not a self-propel, and it takes me about an hour.
But you know, there's folks who still use the old blades that would go around by pushing the mower. You ever use one of those?
I've seen them on Facebook Marketplace all over the place around here, because when I was in the market for a mower, I was looking on a lot of Facebook Marketplace, and I saw a bunch of those.
But you weren't that interested in saving gas.
I wasn't that interested in saving gas, no.
We had one when I was a kid, and I looked at it, and I thought, this yard will never get mowed if I have to do it with that.
Yeah.
And thank goodness Dad went down to the hardware store and bought a push mower.
My dad's family solution to that when he was a kid was to get a goat. They had a goat.
Let them take care of it. Just have to watch out where you step afterwards. Coming up in a moment, so what's making news for us across the Scioto Valley? Details are up ahead. But first, let's tell you about one of our fine sponsors, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. When it comes to making you feel comfortable in your home or your workspace, they can make that happen, even on a large commercial scale as well. You want to find out more? Simply click on this ad in where you see it on our website. That's littermedia.com. It'll take you right to their website. Just click on it, and it takes you right to AccurateHVAC.com.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Litter Media Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Littermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
Now that's one fast mower. Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Now it's time for beneficial news that you can use, and you can find all of that on littermedia.com, as well as our social media sites. We share it there too. X, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Litter Media Radio, as well as Litter Media TikTok, and that's litter_media on TikTok.
And you can tell just from the pictures, I'm watching the pictures, we go from a nice meadow-looking thing to the Navy
Blue Angels.
Blue Angels in the sky, down to a turkey, and then a little
squirrel.
One of a squirrel.
And then a deer. We had a lot of ODNR stories last week.
And then our Chillicothe Paints roaming through Major League Baseball these days as well. All right. Time to start off with news. And this would have happened late last week. The Frankfurt Sunflower Festival decided they needed to close and not have the festival this year because of the construction going on in Frankfurt. Of course, the reason all the construction is going on is because they received the grant monies, much like what Bainbridge has construction going on now, Chillicothe has construction going on, and it all needed to be used before the end of 2026. So what that did was that created a calendar issue with the Sunflower Festival, so they canceled the festival. Just before the show last Thursday, we had been told that Austin Mills was looking into inviting vendors and the people who were to perform to come to their business. And I reached out to the festival committee because I wanted to get clarification on it. So is the festival on? Is it not on? Is Austin Mills taking it over for this year? What's going on? And the response was, a committee member shared that as of late yesterday, the committee had no plans to participate and has begun preparing to return downtown for the festival in Frankfurt next year. So not saying we are associating ourselves with everything that's going on. We appreciate you doing that, but apparently Austin Mills reached out without consulting someone at the committee, from what we understand. So it's kind of a little confusing, but there will be some sort of Sunflower Festival taking place this weekend.
Austin Mills is doing something. It's just it's not fully backed by the Sunflower Festival Committee because things just happened and that there wasn't a lot of time to plan.
Here's what I'm envisioning. If it goes really well this weekend, will the business want to continue doing it? And will there be two festivals? Or will there be a festival at both locations?
Or maybe a mega festival next year.
Yeah. This could be something really good, I guess, in some respect. So anyway, we wanted to share that information with you that we received over the weekend.
Yes. Fayette County Fair is underway. Recent Miami Trace graduate Lane Holstein was crowned Fair Queen over the weekend. The Junior Fair Olympics take place at the Grandstand tonight at 7 p.m. Tomorrow has the guys and gals lead at the Sales Arena at 6 p.m., followed by the Style Review, and the OMTPA Truck Pull takes place at the Grandstand at 7 p.m. tomorrow as well.
Looks like a lot of their the smaller animals were taking place earlier today, except for the market hogs and market cattle. They're pretty good size. But a lot of stuff going on today.
Yeah, and at 3 o'clock, they got the beef breeding show if you want to get out there for that.
How about that? Now, the Pike County Fair opens up this coming weekend. It runs all next week, and they have daily sponsors who have paid for the entrance and ride fees for the first 250 kids aged 3 through 18 who enter after 3 p.m. So if you are lined up at 3 o'clock and you're in that line, you're part of the first 250 of those kids, you get in free, and you get to ride for free. That's a pretty cool deal for the kids.
Pretty cool deal.
Not only the kids, but also the parents.
Yeah. Go ride rides. We can hang out with our friends.
That's right. We'll save money. We'll give you more money to eat on.
Yeah.
Go do that.
Yeah. Tecumseh is hosting a family night for tomorrow's performance, beginning at 5:30 p.m. Prior to the show, they'll have tomahawk throwing, face painting, games, gem mining, and a petting zoo, plus discounted tickets. And do you have the phone number for more details, Dan?
I do. It's 740-775-0700, or, and I was not aware of this, their toll-free number is very similar, just 866-775-0700. So for those of you that are watching from beyond our Ross County borders, you'll know how to get a hold of them through the toll-free number.
All right.
866-775-0700. Operation Whiskers. This is a wonderful program benefiting area animal shelters through our parent company, Litter Quality Propane. They have added to the donations totaling nearly $278,000 over the life of Operation Whiskers. Recipients include shelters within the Litter Quality Propane service territory, but you'll see there's Greene County, there's Meigs County on there, Madison County, the Big Cat Rescue down in Florida, Adams County, Knox County, Clinton County, all around us, including the Ross County Humane Society. Wherever there are Litter Quality Propane customers, they donate. I think it's, I can't give you specifics on it. I know what it used to be. I don't know if it's still the same thing, but a portion of what you pay for your propane goes to each one of these in your community.
All right.
So how about that? So if you are a Litter Quality Propane customer out and about beyond Ross County, you can still help make an impact with your local animal rescues through the Operation Whiskers program. You can see a complete list of those recipients in our Facebook newsfeed right here on our Facebook page.
We like that. The Huntington Huntsmen archery team is hosting a car show in October on the Huntington campus. That date is October the 3rd. They'll also have a tenderloin fry going on too, and this all starts at 10 a.m. with registration. Judging will take place at noon, and there's also a Huntington volleyball match that day too. So you might as well stop out on October 3rd because there's going to be a lot going on in the Huntington Hills.
I don't think you're required to have a Huntington green vehicle, but it would be really cool.
It would be cool.
According to the poster there. Yeah. I like that. Yeah, it's very nice. AMVETS Post 2256 up in Circleville is hosting a spaghetti dinner this Saturday from 5 until 7 p.m. The cost is $9. That includes a salad and bread. The AMVETS Post is on Tarleton Road. If you've ever driven to Logan Elm High School, you've gone right past it, just east of US 23 in Circleville. I find it interesting that AMVETS Post 2256, US Route 22 and State Route 56 go through Circleville.
Huh.
I don't know if that's coincidental.
Maybe that's
or
the
what.
naming conventions of the AMVETS Post.
I don't know.
They're all named that way.
But neither one of them are, well, AMVETS is not on either one of those roads.
Oh, that's weird then. I don't know what to tell you.
I just find that highly unique.
We want to say kudos to the Laurelville Fire Department. They were called in on the scene to rescue a FedEx delivery truck whose, as you can tell, their GPS must have gone a little bit wacko on them.
Yeah.
According to their post on Facebook, this truck was located on an unmaintained public road approximately 1 mile off the East Fork Road. No official word as to if the packages were delivered within the promised window or not, but thank you to the Laurelville Fire Department for being on the scene.
Add this to one of those weird calls that you never expect to be prepared to get.
Yeah.
You know? Got to go get a FedEx truck out of
They got stuck.
out of the creek there. In our road report, the southbound lanes of North Bridge Street are getting closer to being completed now. Once ready, traffic flow will remain the same, only the northbound traffic will then be going what would be the southbound lanes, going north from the bridge. Of course, all that will be moved over. And each day we're getting closer. I know it's difficult. It's been painstaking as well, but the work is scheduled through Thanksgiving of 2026 with some touch-up work planned for next spring as well.
You know what? It is painstaking, but it's not as bad as it really could be because I feel like everybody has been avoiding Bridge Street like the plague. Every time I have to go on there, it is not an issue because there's no cars.
You're right. Let's be honest about that. And the wife and I went to Frisch's for dinner the other night, and well, this was after our vintage baseball game. I called and I said, "Where do you want something to eat?" I said, "How about Frisch's?" He says, "Okay." So Dan Jr. and I drove to Frisch's, and he says, "Great, Dad. Now we got to go the long way to get around to come home. I'm like, well, yeah, that's all right. We could have gone to IHOP or Bob Evans over in the Shawnee Square, which you could have stayed on the Bridge Street, done the loop, gone around, then come right back down. But every time I go out Bridge Street, I don't get stuck in traffic. And I think they're keeping a very good traffic flow without all the concerns and everything.
The only time that it's a little bit touch and go is when the hospital and when Kenworth are both getting off at the same time and they're going home.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people have, you said avoided it like the plague, and the businesses will tell you whether or not they're having, but every time I go out and I ask them, are you feeling a hit? Yeah, there's a definite hit. We've had to lay people off or so on and so forth. There will be a hiring boom when this is all done. Yes. I will tell you that much, and very much looking forward to its completion. All right, coming up in a moment, I mentioned vintage baseball. That's part of sports. It's on the way in just a moment. The Pike County Career and Technology Center provides hands-on, skilled trades training with engaging curriculums and endless possibilities. From automotive technology, carpentry, business management, to culinary arts and interactive media. From electricity, welding, HVAC, engineering, and medical technology, to pre-nursing, basic food service, and public safety. We're preparing our youth for America's workforce through today's technology. To learn more about Pike County CTC, visit pikectc.org. Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today. Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
At Tomlinson Insurance, we've been protecting families, farms, and businesses since 1853. From auto, home, farm, life, or health, we tailor coverage that fits your world. With multiple carriers to meet your insurance needs. Real people, real service. Local agents who can answer the phone and care when it matters most. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call or stop by today.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Time now for sports, and we start with our hometown Chillicothe Paints.
Real quick before we get into that, I want to ask a quick question.
Yes.
How many weeks until the return of the scoreboard?
Of the scoreboard? Not too far.
Not too far.
You believe high school?
We're 5 weeks till high school football, right?
Yes, but high school competitions begin with golf July 29th.
Okay.
It's fast approaching. So, and I'm waiting to hear back from the sponsor from last year to see if they want to be that sponsor. And if I don't hear back from them this week,
it's a race against the clock.
We may have to open it to anyone who wants to be on it.
You want that scoreboard sponsorship.
Yes, we want to get that taken care of. The Paints had a 3-1 lead. It was erased by the Clinton Lumberkings. 7 runs they scored after that. 8-3 the final. That evens the Chillicothe Paints overall record for the season, 22-22. However, it leaves them 2 games out of first place behind Champion City. although the Paints have played 4 more games than the half-tracks have, so they've had some rain issues over at their place. It's an off day for Chillicothe today. They're getting ready for Johnstown tomorrow night for one of the best nights of the year. It's not the best. That's coming up this weekend. I'll tell you more about that later this week. But it's Diamond Dog Night tomorrow night.
Does that mean what I think it means?
That means you go out and you take a dollar bill with you. You get 10 hot dogs for $1.
You could do the, have you heard of the 9x9x9 challenge at a baseball game?
I have not heard that, no.
You go to a baseball game. I've never tried this because I don't think I could do it. And everyone knows there's 9 innings.
Right.
And so in those 9 innings, you have to eat 9 hot dogs and drink 9 beers.
I could do the hot dogs, but I'm not a beer drinker.
No.
So I couldn't help you there.
You just, it'll weigh on you real bad, I feel like.
I imagine it would. Yeah, you add the buns, that could be a lot right there. But Diamond Dog tonight.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Diamond Dog Night is tomorrow night. You don't want to miss that.
The Reds this weekend, they scored 8 runs in the first 2 innings and then held on for a 9-6 win over the Rockies. Tyler Stevenson had a pair of home runs in the win as Cincinnati took 2 of 3 games in Colorado. The Reds will open a set in Seattle tonight.
The Guardians split a doubleheader with Pittsburgh on Saturday, losing game 1 7-1, but then took the nightcap 5-3. They lost the series in game 3 yesterday, falling 7-1 again. Cleveland opens up a 4-game set in Minnesota tonight.
Spain broke a scoreless tie in the 106th minute to beat Argentina 1-0 for the World Cup title in New Jersey yesterday. Saturday, England outlasted France 6-4 for 3rd place.
How fast does this happen? Well, I had forgotten about the World Cup final being played yesterday. And as I was getting ready to go to church, our churches are in camp at Niption this weekend and this week. And so I went to my Fox Sports app on my phone, and I saw it was 0-0. And I thought, oh, man, and it's almost over. So then I pushed on the screen to be able to see my DirecTV. And by the time it connected, it was 1-0. And I'm like, what?
Missed it.
I missed.
Did you see the replay, though? Did you get to see the replay?
I didn't get to see the replay until I think it was the Sportscast last night.
So this is kind of this will be a recurring theme with This Date in History coming up later of Dan just missing out on historic events.
Details in a moment.
Yes.
I was available for this historic event. It was the Ohio Village Muffins coming to Chillicothe and once again cleaning our clocks. 10-8, beating the Adena Worthingtons. Here you see Mike Throne. Look at the wheels, and here's why you run to the base. They overthrew the base. He ends up making his way rounding second as Dan Jr. is bat boy there, and he makes his way to third.
He kind of runs like Tom Cruise.
He is huffing and puffing. And then Brian Wagner joined us. We named him Juggles. We'll explain why later. But he joined us Saturday night at 9:30. And here he is, or that would have been Friday night, Saturday afternoon, getting a hit that brings in a run. I don't know where Mike is. There he is. Finally decided to come in and cross home plate. I think he was still catching his breath at third.
Might have been.
Goes over and rings the bell. There's the adjudicator, Mr. Anderson, walking by. And then Dan Jr. has a foul tip, and that ends the rally.
You hate that.
Yes. But we played 9 innings. Here's Brock Netter making his way to first base, and he shouldn't have been watching the throw. He was called out. I was standing over there when we made the call. And there's Jeremy Kreck as he launches a single as well. A good, fun time. We had a great crowd Saturday, and we appreciate all of you. There's Lady Liberty just walked by there. And you see the gal in the dress? Did you see her?
I did.
There?
Yeah.
She is a member of the Diamonds, who is the women's team for the Ohio Village Muffins.
Okay.
And yes, they play in those long dresses. And she was playing right field for them. And that's the first time we have had a Diamond play against us. A lot of fun.
Yeah, that seems fun.
Absolutely a lot of fun.
Is their team coached by Tom Hanks?
It is not.
Okay.
No. And there was no crying. We
No
did
crying
have
in baseball.
We did have crying last year because I don't know how it happened. Have you seen people take a swing and then the bat leaves their hands? Yes. And it fly up, and they've got that netting around at the major league ballparks that stops those bats. We didn't have netting. No. And the ball bat went into the crowd. Unfortunately, it landed right on the lip of one of our young fans. And, oh, man, I know it scared her, first of all. It also hurt. And I know the guy, I'm not going to name who the guy was that the bat slipped from his hand, but he, I think, still kicks himself in the tail over this.
Yeah, I bet.
But she was all smiles afterwards, and we had our team photo. We had her in it.
She got to be part of the game.
And my son took one of his bats, and we all signed it, and we gave her the bat and all. So she still holds that, I'm sure, today.
I'm sure.
Just not on her face.
No.
But those are things, when I have done the PA work for the folks at the Chillicothe Paints, there is an area that says, folks, be aware that you may be have a ball come to your area, bat fragments or whatever. Be on the lookout.
You may be struck.
You may be more of the game than you want to be.
Yeah.
In that regard. So, but we had a good time, and thank you to the America 250 Ross County chapter, the Nathaniel Massey chapter of the Daughters of the American Revolution were there. They had these swag bags, and so I brought one of these in. Isn't that nice?
You brought two of them in.
I can't remember what you call this. What do you call this? Is it a slippy bag or something like that?
I like when you said swag bag.
Well, it's a swag bag, but I can't remember what. It's a backpack.
To hold your swag, though.
Yeah. But inside, there was a number of things that are in there. So I wanted to bring some of this stuff out.
Yeah.
Is that all right? And
it's all right with me.
I brought in two so you and your wife could have them. And inside, there were a lot of things. I was surprised at how much stuff was in there. Look at this. There's crayons, a little thing of crayons. There are these cards that are ready to play. Each card has a question on the Buckeye side and an answer on the Ohio flag side. And
some Ohio trivia, and we ran through those before the show.
We did.
And Dan knows his Ohio trivia. There's probably, how many would you estimate? 40 cards?
I missed 5.
You missed 5.
So
it was an impressive run.
For not having studied for the exam.
Yeah.
So, but this is the one, there was a little fan. Everybody needs one of those. And a lot of this comes to us from Synovus Energy. The Worthington Companies Foundation and Marzetti, the Better Food Company, they have, I think there's a QR code in the back there if you want to scan that. I don't know if that'll work for you or not.
I don't know. You might have to post that on our Facebook.
But there's also recipes in there too.
And those have QR codes too.
Yes. And there's a Heart of It All, the Ohio Heart of It All game book. There's word puzzles and everything and coloring and all inside this for the kids. This is stuff that you missed out on if you weren't there for the Great American Picnic. But if you happen to see or hear about a Great American Picnic, you're going to be able to find these types of items, including 3D glasses that are really awesome. Now, you didn't take a look into the lights on these.
Okay.
You're going to like this.
Oh.
Doesn't that
look neat.
Changes up a lot of things there. But this is one thing.
I wish you guys could see what I see right now. Our lights in our studio look really cool with those on.
There were no drugs involved in what he just viewed.
No.
But this is the one thing I wanted people to see. This was pretty cool. I thought to myself, I saw these kids playing with, but I didn't see anything in the backpack. Well, I opened it up, and as soon as I pulled it out of this, it went like that.
That's going to make a real loud sound on that microphone.
Yeah. It's the America 250 disc toss kind of thing.
Let's see how far you can throw that thing.
Okay.
Try to hit the buffalo.
Well, I was merely trying to go to the camera, but it's laying over there now. So, yeah, this is either yours or Kinsey's. It's up to you.
All right.
So there you go. Now you can say that you had a part in what happened on Saturday. Yes. We were talking about our baseball team. Our vintage baseball team is the Dina Worthingtons. and we normally play against the Ohio Village Muffins, there is discussion of the possibility of another game being played in August. So I have yet to check with all of our guys to see who might be able to play. But there is a team that we played in German Village who would like to play us again, only on our grounds. And I tell you, we played them in German Village in Schiller Park. And you might ask, well, where's the baseball diamond? There is no baseball diamond. They make a baseball diamond. I think I've described it to you before.
Yeah.
And there are trees in the middle of the baseball field. Second base is behind a standing tree.
Got to throw around it.
I don't know that we'll go back there to play again, but I know the guys from the Muffins have played them on that location, and they don't like playing there either. So, or at least the ones that I talked to didn't like playing there. But at any rate, I handed out some new nicknames this year. We had Brian Wagner, who was easy to call him Wags, because I'm sure that's what they've called him all his life. But he was doing a great job getting ready to field this baseball. By the way, we don't use gloves. And he caught the ball, but then it escaped his grasp. He goes after it again, makes a third attempt, and it falls short. So we named him Juggles. So he became Brian Juggles Wagner the rest of the game. Then we also had another one I didn't tell you about. This was Elijah Crick was playing for the first time with us. He made 2 catches in left field on his shoestrings. I mean, you can catch it on a bound, so it comes in, it bounces, and before it hit the ground, he got his hands underneath the ball near his feet and made the catch. He did it not once, but twice.
There we go.
He became shoestrings. Brock Netter, who's been our first baseman from day one in 2015, he had a surefire out in and out of his hands. So I named him Fumbles this past. So when you see him, say, what's this Fumbles thing? And then Dan Jr. had one go right through his hands and right through the wickets. And I'm like, how do you miss that? You must have a hole in your hands. And then he had a bonehead play where you are supposed to tag the runner.
Yeah.
He was thinking it was a force out by simply touching the bag, but that was not the case. The runner was called safe. He ends up scoring the go-ahead run. And so from then on, Dan Jr. was called Holes.
He's a hole in the defense.
He is.
And your nickname was?
By the way, I got that nickname from Dan Jr., and everybody else piled on. The nickname is Life Alert. And if you've ever seen me play, you'll know why.
Pretty good.
The face turns red. We used to have, when John Gabus was the coroner for Ross County, he was the official coroner of our team.
That was pretty good.
It's been a lot of fun playing vintage baseball, and I've not been able to play the last couple of years. Although I did get out there. Afterwards, we let the kids play, and we had a great bunch of kids. There must have been 30 or 40, and they were lined up, taking their whacks at it and everything, so I got a chance to do that. And Mike Throne says, Dan, does this constitute as you playing? I said, don't tell Missy. But I did confess when I got home that I did do that.
The game has changed so much. It's probably good to go back to the game of your youth and play baseball how you remember it.
Yes, I guess that would be one way of saying that. We are still waiting, though. We may have the ringer of all ringers at one point in time play with us. Patrick Quackenbush, who is the executive director of the Adena Mansion and Gardens, he's been on this program. He has a nephew by the name of Addison Russell. You ever heard of that name? Played on the 2018 World Series champion Chicago Cubs.
I remember talking about this.
He's still playing professionally. I think he's playing down in Mexico now. But when Patrick told him about us playing vintage baseball, he says, I've always wanted to do that. I told the Village Muffins I said, but here's the deal. We have territorial rights on Addison Russell, much like we had the territorial rights on Garen Veris as well. So, all right. And nobody wants the territorial rights of my talents. Can you imagine that?
I wonder why that is. What does Garen Veris have that you don't? Let's think about that for just a minute.
Replaced knees.
And a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah. Well, it's a Super Bowl runner-up.
Hey, he was still there.
He was there.
He has the ring. I've seen it.
He was there. Yes, he was. All right. Coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at this date in history. Details coming up.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane. Nearly 100 years of serving propane users in southern and central Ohio. Reliable supply, reliable service, reliable people. That's litterpropane.com.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Pain was interfering with Tiffany's active lifestyle. Same-day hip replacement at the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute got her back to the community she calls home. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
Now time for this date in history.
Something I missed.
Yes.
As a kid. I was alive during this time. It's just I was snoozing during this time.
1731.
No. 1969. NASA's Apollo 11 lunar module carrying Neil Armstrong from Wapakoneta, Ohio, and Buzz Aldrin, who I have interviewed, lands on the surface of the moon. 7 hours later, Armstrong becomes the first person to set foot on the moon at 10:56 p.m., which was way past the bedtime for one Dan Ramey Sr. Aldrin joins him shortly thereafter. Michael Collins did not set foot on the moon. He was the guy on the command module that was going around orbiting the moon while they were doing the moon mission. And then see that part of the lunar module there at the top above the gold part?
Yes.
That is what launched and took them back to rejoin with the capsule, that the command module. And then they came back.
Doesn't look like that's big enough for the guy standing there to fit in.
It doesn't, does it? That's because
he'd have to crouch.
He got into a crouched position.
Okay.
And that is Neil Armstrong right there.
I don't think I knew that they were on the moon for 7 hours before they walked out the door.
Yeah, can you imagine the anticipation?
Yeah, I mean, as someone watching that from home, I mean, you see him land, and you're just waiting. I never knew that was.
There are still those who say that it was all done in a Hollywood studio somewhere, but I don't believe that.
Stanley Kubrick.
First of all the possibilities that could have gone wrong to get them there, let alone we got to figure out how to get them back.
Right.
So all of those who had gone before in all the other Apollo missions for the orbiting and all that kind of stuff, orbiting the Earth, just to get the science right, to be able to have this moment in 1969 in which Neil Armstrong then suited up, and you are trusting that the suit that was designed for you was going to work. I mean, Buzz Aldrin was standing inside, hoping yours works, buddy.
Yeah.
Because if yours works, I hope mine is also going to work. And then they made it down onto the surface of the moon. And That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind was what came to Neil Armstrong at the time. And I can't imagine what it's like to have that first footprint placed someplace that nobody's ever been before.
Yeah.
Incredible. And one day...
And Dan didn't even see it.
And I didn't see it happen. I remember my brother said, we tried to wake you up. We tried, and I must have been as sound asleep as I could be. Now, keep in mind, I also, at one point in time, fell out of the top bunk onto my brother's trombone case and did not wake up. I have slept through dental work as a kid. I must have really been out.
Wow. You were, what, 7 years old when this happened?
I would have been, I'd have been 6 going on 7. I think that was the same year I had my tonsils removed. Same summer.
How about that?
Had my tonsils removed and man lands on the moon. If they can remove tonsils, we can land a man on the moon. And it all happened in the same year.
Yeah. Within months of each other.
Yes.
Now let's take a look at our national days. We got a long show for today.
Which you didn't do the national days on Friday.
Yes, I did.
Did you?
Maybe I forgot Saturday and Sunday, but I did Friday's days.
Did you? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it was Saturday and Sunday you forgot.
I'm sorry.
You did that last week, too.
I know National Ice Cream Day was over the weekend.
It was good.
Yeah. I don't know if I had any ice cream, though.
I did.
Anyway, today, of course, is Moon Day. It's also Fortune Cookie Day, Lollipop Day, Pennsylvania Day, and Get Out of the Doghouse Day. If you're in the doghouse, find something to do today to get out of the doghouse.
Gotcha.
And we have some
That's
Pennsylvania pit stops.
Bring home flowers day as well.
Right. Bring home flowers and do chores before that person gets home.
Yes.
If you want to stop in Pennsylvania, take a day trip, because today is Pennsylvania Day. You can visit Gettysburg National Military Park, the Dutch Wonderland Amusement Park, Delaware Water Gap. It's miles of green forest, waterfalls, lakes, and streams. And you can go to Hershey Park. That's what we got in Pennsylvania.
I've not been to any of those locations. I
haven't either. I've been to Gettysburg.
I'm trying to think if we've ever actually stopped in Pennsylvania for any reason. We used to take the Pennsylvania Turnpike to get to Virginia Beach when I was a kid. I don't remember ever stopping in Pennsylvania, though.
Me and Kinsey are planning our 1-year anniversary trip. We want to do an East Coast road trip. And she said, do you want to stop anywhere in Pennsylvania? Because we're driving through Philadelphia. I said, well, you know I don't like Philadelphia. You know this. Kinsey knows this.
Well, that reminds me. I have seen part of Pennsylvania because we stayed in Philadelphia.
Well, Philadelphia is in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I forgot all about that terrible trip back from Florida where we missed our flight and had to spend the night in Philadelphia.
But for as much as I despise the Philadelphia Eagles, I love Rocky. And so I told her I want to go to the Rocky Steps and I want to run up those.
Gotcha.
So that's what we're going to do.
I finally saw the trailer for I Play Rocky.
Looks good.
Was that the name of the movie?
Yeah.
It looks really good.
He sounds and looks exactly like Stallone.
Who's the kid?
He's been in some other things, but I don't remember his name.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm excited.
I think I want to go see it. And it's been a while since I've been in the movies. I think the last time I was in a movie theater to see a movie was, let's see, it would have been Marvel. It would have been, what was the Marvel Universe movie in which the Avengers are there and...
There are 4 Avengers movies.
Yes, it would have been the last Avengers movie, I think.
Endgame?
Yes, the Endgame.
So that was 2019.
I'm starting to go like this in
that was 2019.
Thanos. So it's been quite a while since I've been in a movie theater.
Wow. Yeah. I haven't been in a minute. There's a lot of movies out right now that I want to go see. There's like 4 movies in theaters that I want to see. And I don't know if that's going to happen.
Wife and I used to go to the movies every week. Every week. Now, even if we didn't want to see them. Speaking of falling asleep, sleeping through a movie, there was a vampire movie that she wanted to see. And I said, okay, that's fine and dandy. But I had had a long week. And I fell asleep probably 10 minutes into the movie and woke up at the end of the movie. And she asked me what I could remember. And I said, well, and I described the scene. And she goes, that was 10 minutes into the movie. And I'm like, and I didn't apparently snore through any of it.
I don't know if I could fall asleep in a movie theater.
It felt so good. It was probably the best sleep I'd have.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's life of being around me. That was when the sleep apnea was really kicking in, I guess. All right, that's it for the program today. Way too much information for you, but it's information that you can use.
Yes.
Coming up tomorrow, we have a special edition tomorrow at 10 a.m. as we have the Fayette County Fair going on right now. We've got the Pike County Fair next week. And then not much longer after that, it's the Ross County Fair. We're going to have some kids from the Ross County Fair in tomorrow at 10 o'clock. So make sure you join us for that. And then you're going to make contact with the Pike County Fair tomorrow too, right?
Yes, I am.
All right. So we got a lot of fair talk coming your way soon. It's that time of the year. Thanks for watching this edition of Litter Media Live.